Audio test, 1, 2, 3. Good morning to our attendees who are here in the Board of Public Works hearing room. If there's any member of the public wishes to offer commentary on any of our agendized items or offer public comment, please fill out a speaker card located in the back of the room. Indicate which item you'd like to speak on and hand it to me. Good morning as well to our attendees who are joining us on the virtual platform. If there are any members of the public who wish to offer public comment or commentary on any of our agendized items, please raise your hand at this time, indicate which item you'd like to speak on, and I'll record your information for the record and call upon you when we reach your item. And seeing no hands raised, I'm going to go ahead and say that I'll make another request for members of the public who wish to offer commentary in approximately 10 minutes. Thank you.
I think there's like breadcrumbs everywhere. Yeah.
Virginia.
Good morning once again to our attendees who are joining us here in the hearing room. I'm being asked to perform an audio test for the board's YouTube stream. So I'm just going to keep talking for a moment while we perform an audio test to make sure that our stream is working correctly and that my audio input is being heard, will be heard once we start broadcasting. I do at this time see a couple hands raised. Okay, good. I'm getting confirmation that that the audio test is successful, which is very good. I do see a couple of hands raised on the Zoom platform. I'm going to go ahead and go through the folks who have their hands raised and ask if they'd like to offer public comment or commentary on any of our items. And I'll start with Jill. Good morning.
General public comment.
Very well. Thank you, Jill. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. I'll move next to Georgina.
Hi, thank you. Yes, general public comment and all agenda items.
Very well. Thank you, Georgina. Gigi?
General.
Very well. I have you down for public comment. If there are any other members of the public who wish to offer commentary, please raise your hand at this time, and I will ask you to unmute, and you can indicate which item you'd like to speak on. And good morning to our members of the public. If there is anyone else who wishes to offer public comment, please fill out a speaker card located in the back of the room, indicate which item you'd like to speak on, and hand it to me. Currently in the room, I have Adedale, and on Zoom, I have Jill, Georgina, and Gigi, who have indicated that they wish to offer commentary this morning. It is 9:54, and we should get started with the meeting in approximately 6 minutes. Thank you. Good morning once again. This is TJ Knight with the Board of Public Works. I do see an additional hand raised on the Zoom platform. And I'm going to make one more call out before we begin the meeting. If there are any members of the public who wish to offer commentary on any of our agendized items or public comment, please raise your hand at this time. I'll call upon you and you can let me know which item you would like to speak on. Haggis.
Hey, TJ, I would like to speak on public comments only, please.
Very well. I have you down for public comment. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. If there's any other members of the public who wish to offer commentary, please raise your hand at this time. Currently, I have Jill, Georgina, Gigi, and Haggis. In the room, I have Audit LA. If there's anyone else in the room who would like to offer public comment, please fill out a speaker card located in the back of the room on the table and hand it to me. We should get started momentarily. It sounds like someone may have adjusted the levels of the speaker. I'll make an adjustment.
Okay.
President Corson, we are now in record mode.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Board of Public Works meeting for Wednesday, April 30th. Mr. Knight, if you'd like to take roll call and establish quorum for us, please.
Good morning, President Corson, Vice President Chavez, President Pro Tem Grant, Commissioner Kang, and Commissioner Mitchell. Our President, we do have a quorum. We are adjourned this morning by City Attorney Representative Virginia Choi. I'm TJ Knight with the Board of Public Works. President Corson, we have 4 speaker cards under public comment on the Zoom platform and 1 public comment and all items on the Zoom platform. And we have 2 speaker cards in the room, both requesting public comment and all items. We have no neighborhood council commentary this morning.
All right, let's start with the general public comment, which is an opportunity for the public to address the board on public interest items, and we provided up to 1 minute per person for a cumulative total of 10 minutes for the general public comment segment of each regular meeting. Testimony shall be limited in content to matters which are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board. The board may not take any action on matters discussed during the public comment period. We will start first with Audit LA.
Good morning, everyone.
You may need to take.
I'll take it off.
Yeah.
Sure. Is that better? Okay, thank you. It's, we're here for the same old, I told you my rights were violated severely on Easter Sunday. The permits do not prevent pedestrians from walking through, yet I have on video evidence where I was prevented and the police had to come and tell them that they cannot prevent me. So the city, and no offense to you guys, but because the city keeps allowing this abuse to continue after I don't know how many civil rights violations there's been, you're leaving the city open to a lawsuit. And I know the city attorney doesn't like that, and you shouldn't like it, because it has to stop. They need to stop giving them permits until they have proven a track record of being accountable and doing it by the law, but they never do. As soon as the police told them they had to open it up, they left, they closed it again to the next people.
Thank you. We'll go next to personality test.
General, Okay, so this is the general. Okay, so everybody, I am here like probably 5-10 times already. I want everybody to take a moment to take a look at this wheelchair right here. Do you notice any differences? I spoke 5-10 times already. You already know what I'm going to stop. What I'm going to talk about. That her wheelchair, this one is like $60 per day. And then ask yourself, how many people like her can afford this wheelchair, $60 per day, pending repair, pending whatever, medical insurance authorization? Because if she continue to use her wheelchair on the bumpy street, on the street condition that is unsafe for a wheelchair user, I just don't know. She is lucky enough. She has a whole bunch of friends to help her. But I just want to ask you that how many people in LA that can afford $60 rental a wheelchair per day?
All right, Mr. Knight, we can go to the virtual platform.
Very well. We will start with Jill.
Okay, I'm going to continue what I said last week. You need to say no to cults. You need to say no to child trafficking cover-ups. This is about the cult of Scientology. You need to say no to street vacations. You need to say no to the permits, because there was something in an email stating that the only reason why they put the planters up was to keep protesters away that are trying to expose the atrocities and the crimes against humanity that really should require tribunals for crimes against humanity, like there was that judgment at Nuremberg. If you watch the movie, maybe there'll be a movie made like that judgment on L. Ron Hubbard Way or L. Ron Holocaust Way, because you guys are going to be in a big heap of trouble once this stuff comes out to light and there's raids and everything is being exposed, and that you were part of that whole system of cover-up. Bye.
We'll move next to Georgina.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. I'm calling because I'm concerned about the incessant permit abuses on L. Ron Hubbard Way. To have that street blocked off should never happen to begin with, because it's a direct access route to two major hospitals, Kaiser and Children's Hospital, and it's not been made accessible to the neighborhood at all. It should be opened up for parking, should have metered parking in there, but there are incessant abuses of the permits. They don't display the permits, then they show the police the permit request, which is very different terms than the actual permit. They restrict the public, they restrict neighborhood access, and it's incessant loud music being played, the same song over and over and over and over again, and it's been abused for far too long and needs to be addressed. Thank you.
And we'll move next to Gigi.
Okay, so today I want to talk about the planters, the over 250 planters that were there for several months on L. Ron Hubbard Way, Fountain. They were like everywhere. And you guys heard from us over and over all the complaints about them, the violations, the 88 violations. And still to this day, I believe that Scientology has not been held accountable for those planners and all those violations. And I'm wondering what's going on with that. Don't forget about those planters, because I'm going to keep talking about those planters until there's some accountability taken and they have to pay those fines. They have to give the city money for what they did wrong. So if I have to keep talking about it for, another 6 months, another year, I'm going to keep talking about those planners. There has to be some accountability for it. It's ridiculous that they were there for several months and it wasn't even on their property. How did you allow them to abandon their property on the public easement? The public easement, not even around their building.
Thank you.
Away from their building.
We'll move next to Haggis. Go ahead.
Thank you. Last week, you had a bunch of youth come in working on projects for the oceans and stuff, and cleanups. I've heard you talk to the youth about water programs and all the rest of it. It's fantastic. If you stop letting Kirsten Peterson, who's in charge of the Office of Special Affairs for Scientology, penetrate your entity at the Board of Public Works, you could get all the fines from Scientology. Your little flipboards that say City of LA, belongs to the City of LA, those are $35 a day. They have about 30 of them. If you take the fines for those at $35 a day for at least the last year I've been keeping an eye on them, that's over $150,000 that you could put towards those wonderful programs that encourage the youth of the city to actually participate. So that's my concern, that Kirsten Peterson, head of the internal spy network for Scientology, has
Thank you.
her hands in your
That's
pocket.
60 seconds. And President Corson, we do have 4 additional hands raised on the virtual platform, and we have approximately 3 minutes left on the clock. If you like, I can ask if the 4 additional hands raised would like to offer public comment or commentary on any of our agendized items this morning.
Yes, thank you.
Very well. We'll start with Lurker. Would you like to offer a public comment this morning?
Yes, I would. Please and thank you.
Go ahead. You have 60 seconds.
Sweet. Hey, you know, this is just all getting so cumbersome. It goes on and on and on. How is this happening? Are we not in a, futuristic world? Are we living in the Stone Ages? This corrupt organization needs to be put to a stop. At least slow it down. They're taking our youth. They're abusing the elderly. Please, quit ignoring it. And maybe you're not. Maybe your hands are just tied with real tight money ropes. I'm not sure. But you are. You know what you do when you leave this room. You are God's creatures, and so are we. I thank you for your hard work and your consideration in all
And
of
that's
the
60
people of the world.
seconds. We'll move next to iPhone 98. Would you like to offer a public comment this morning?
Hi, yes.
Go ahead.
So I was a child born and raised in the cult of Scientology, and as a slave child being made to do all kinds of work and cover-ups, and later on in my teen years doing the same, backing up paperwork and stuff like that, where they would allow these fake permits or permits on L. Ron Hubbard Way. They did the same thing in Clearwater, but here in L. Ron Hubbard Way, I live in this neighborhood. I was born in Hollywood, obviously trafficked through Scientology, but the permits and everything used in my neighborhood should be able, that Scientology gets every day, should be able to be used by anybody in the neighborhood. I should be able to get a permit on L. Ron Hubbard Way for Father's Day and have the whole neighborhood be a part of that. There needs to be bias for the people that were born and raised in this cult to be allowed to also have a voice and have their permits and do their shows. I'm Laura Anderson.
And
You
that's
can look
60
me up.
seconds. We'll move next to Carla. I see your hand is raised. Would you like to offer public comment this morning, Carla?
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Yes. Hello. As you know, during Easter Sunday, L. Ron Hubbard Way was closed, and they asked for a permit to close the street. The permit specifically said that both sidewalks should be open. And Audit LA, as you see there, you can talk with her after this meeting. She has clear evidence that none of that was, compliant. They did not let her pass. As you guys know, there were security guys with weapons, with arms, with firearms next to children. There was no place, if there was an emergency, there was no emergency precautions of any sort. Too many children and disabled people being mistreated. We saw people being harassed. It was heartbreaking. And I do not understand if you have the authority to follow up and
that's
see
60
who
seconds.
is receiving.
I do see an additional hand raised. However, that last comment completes the 10-minute block of public comment. President Corsend.
All right, with that, we will close the general public comment portion for today's meeting and move on to multiple agenda item public comment. The board will provide an opportunity for members of the public wishing to speak on more than one agenda item during multiple agenda item comment for up to 1 minute per item, up to a total of 3 minutes per meeting. This is the only time to speak on more than one agenda item. And please identify the items you will be speaking upon when you are called. We'll start first with Audit LA.
I'm going to be speaking on all items. We're going to start with, okay, like number 13. Like, and all the ones with bid numbers and approved budgets, I just want to be a reminder that it's always the same thing. Well, not always, I shouldn't say always, but often they come in with the lowest bid and then they come back to the trial asking for more money. I feel like there's almost like, like a game that some of these people play with, well, just get the lowest bid in because, the board's always going to approve everything that comes before it. And that's the case. I mean, you may get a no vote here and there, but nothing ever gets rejected. At least not that I've ever seen in a year. And so there's no real incentive for them to be honest and upfront and get a true low bid. And but we also told you, like with the money, like all this money going out, how you don't collect the fees fines and fees out there, whether it be the fines from Church of Scientology or, for all their ADA violations, or I've seen enough here too where you've forgiven like a massive amounts of fines. And why? I mean, that just puts the burden on the public to make up the budget deficit, with increased taxes, increased fees, not fines, and stuff like that. So I think that you guys could do a better job at getting money in that's not on our back. Okay, with all the lighting, it's funny when I was on X and somebody was like saying, why is the city so dark? And, and it's true, the city is horribly dark, and I'm glad that you're addressing all this lighting. I wish this had been done 2 years ago at the CPAB meeting at Northeast Division. They actually had a detective talking to everybody about the copper theft and all that, and what they're trying to do to help mitigate that in the future from a police standpoint. But it needs to be fixed, but I would say hopefully fixed in a way where they can't just keep stealing it. There has to be new technology, so maybe a little bit of a greater investment, because it's bad. Like, I have been stuck. There's times I'm going in a dark area and it shouldn't be dark and I can't, but I have to go there and I can't it's hard to get through. I had to put flashlights. I had to carry flashlights with me, and I shouldn't have to. And my phone flashlights. I shouldn't have to do that. It should be lit. And sorry, I know you don't realize people from all over the world they're interested in public works and city council now. You guys are becoming actually world famous. So, and that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go next to personality test.
Sorry, guys.
But can you make sure you stop the timer
Yeah,
there, because the
I will.
timer is still
I will.
running.
Okay, there you go.
I did. It was unintentional, I promise.
But right now, I don't know the timer because that's 30 seconds already gone. I'm just confused about timer. But continue on item number 6 is that, all right, so it's dark. So while after I get off the bus, while I was walking home to that 1.5 mile distance, I witnessed a lot of sexual intercourse activity. Is that legal? I really want to ask our city attorney. I witnessed some the drug, like solicitation, $50 white powder. I don't know. Is that legal? Let's ask our city attorney. But that's probably the reason why we want to make sure the streets are so dark, so we can hide all of the illegal activities. Now, let's move on to item number 11. It's about the bridge repair maintenance. So, bridge. I'm concerned about the 4th Street Bridge. I'm concerned about the 6th Street Bridge. Number 1, feces, urine, all over. Number 2, the bridge are constantly a target of street takeover. You can ask LAPD for verification if you do not believe me. Number 3, street lighting. There are so many lightings that are out of service that currently we do not have enough personnel to go there and repair. Probably there are more than, I don't know, 50 lighting requests, and probably the public work repair 10, 20 lighting per day. I have no idea, because the number of requests for repair is 10 times more than your capability of repairing on the street. And then that's not the only issue. The only issue is that the mayor are cutting your budget for the sanitation. The mayor are cutting your budget for Department of Public Work. The number of your personnel on the street are becoming less and less and less. So in the next fiscal year, the situation will become worse, even though I already informed you. Now let's move on to item number 13. Is about edible food generator site. I don't know how are you going to approve this, but in the future, the kids on the street, everybody have easy accessible to edible food. Everyone in the city council, children are going to have easy access to edible food. I don't know why that's a good thing.
That's 3 minutes.
All right. I believe that's the end of the multiple agenda item comment for those in the room. We can go to the Zoom platform.
Thank you, President Croissant. For multiple agenda item comment, we have Georgina. And I don't see Georgina in the virtual platform at this time. So that concludes multiple agenda item comment for the virtual platform.
All right. With that, we will close multiple agenda item public comment for today's meeting, and we will move on to approval of the minutes for Monday, April 14th and Wednesday, April 16th. If there is a second to my motion to approve both items.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. There is a first from myself and a second from Commissioner Mitchell.
Very well. We'll go ahead and take a roll call vote on approval of minutes, starting with you, President Croissant.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Kang.
Aye.
And Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes, and this item is approved unanimously.
All right. Today is an exciting part. We will have a presentation for 2 retirements, a 25-year retirement award and a 19-year service retirement award. Why don't we first start with Franny Xiao Fen Wang. Miguel, are you doing both? Great.
Well, good morning, commissioners. It's always a pleasure, especially to be in front of you, especially in this joyous occasion. As far as Franny, unfortunately, Franny, she's already separated city service 2 weeks ago, and she couldn't be with us today. However, we do have Esther Paras. Can you please join me? And the SCNM manager. Yes. Esther. And she provided me with a little bit of a write-up. Let me read it to you. So, getting there. Esther began her city career a little bit more. Okay, thank you. In 2006 at the Department of Recreation and Parks as an accounting clerk. She demonstrated strong work ethic and attention to detail. She was eventually promoted to accountant in 2017 at the fire department. With over a decade of progressive experience and commitment to operational efficiency, she later promoted to Senior Accountant 2 at the Department of Public Works, Office of Accounting, Sewer Construction and Maintenance Division, with the AP section, and then she eventually transferred to the Accounts Receivable section. She is currently supervising 3 accountants in her section. Her professional journey in the city has lasted for 19 years, and with her dedication and hard work, strong commitment, and a ton of patience, it's truly remarkable. In her current role as Senior Accountant 2 in the AR section of the SCNM unit, she ensures that all collections are accurately recorded and properly reconciled in the industrial waste billing system, as well as in the city's financial management system. She also supervises the preparation of billings and collections, as well as reconciliation for the sewage treatment and disposal to contractual agencies. She maintains all the escrow retention account files for the public works projects, prepares various monthly reports and schedules, and she also handles the preparation of complex reports and schedules of the accounts receivable section for the annual financial reporting audit of SCNM. She has 4 adult children, 2 boys and 2 girls, and 3 grandchildren. On behalf of the Office of Accounting, and I believe for the Board of Public Works as well, thank you so much, Esther, for your service, and congratulations. She will actually be separating. This is her last week, so I'm really truly grateful to have you and to have met you in the professional capacity, and we wish you the best. And would you like to say some words?
Thank you so much for kind words. And I'm truly grateful to have served with for the city of Los Angeles, and I'm grateful for all the trainings and knowledge that I've learned. And thank you all for coming to witness one of the most important milestones in my life. Thank you.
Would you like to say some words, Mehdi? Mehdi is current Esther supervisor.
This is the moment that this is the time that I'm losing another one very important person in SENM division, and she plays a very vital role in SENM. She handles all the collections, all the money that coming in SENM, and I hope I can find someone like her in the coming days or months. I don't know. But thank you so much, Esther.
All right, don't go too far. Go ahead. Sorry, Miguel.
Yes, we are actually done with the presentation for us.
No, we're not. Don't go too far. Come back up. Come back up. We'll have our commissioners, if they have any remarks for you as you are in your final week. We'll start with Commissioner Kang and work our way around.
Sure. Good morning and congratulations. We wish you the very best on your next journey, and thank you so much. I know accountants play such a pivotal role within the Board of Public Works, so we want to thank you for your many, many years of service to the City of Los Angeles. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Vice President Chavez.
Yes, I can tell that you're not used to accolades, but I would highly recommend that you take this moment, take stock for all the contributions that you've given to the city, all of the work that you put in, and also just the joy of working with your coworkers and, sharing the day-to-day, right? Accounting, some people don't think accounting is exciting. It's one of the most important things that we do as a city, keep it running. So don't forget that, and I hope you enjoy your well-deserved retirement. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Pro Tem Grant.
I want to also extend my congratulations. Your work is the one that's sort of done behind the scenes, but it's the one that keeps the integrity and the ability of the city to operate in an effective way. And we really appreciate it, even though you're one of those unsung heroes. Thank you again, and good luck.
Thank you, Commissioner Mitchell.
Thank you for your service to the city of Los Angeles and all Angelinos. Again, I commend your service and hope you enjoy your wonderful retirement with your family. Thank you.
Thank you. And just for me, congratulations. Office of Accounting is the largest of the offices within the Board of Public Works. And as we're seeing now in this budget situation, how important it is, whether it is accounting to receive revenues or accounting to pay bills, how important that function is, how important that function is for us and our bureaus. So thank you. It is not an easy job, and it sounds like you are not used to these accolades, but hopefully we can change that here today. Congratulations, and thank you for everything you've done the last 19 years, and hopefully you get some time to go on longer vacations and spend time with family and friends beginning Saturday. And with that, we'll take a 5-minute recess to take some quick photos.
Thank you, Commissioner. Okay. Congratulations, Mama. Thank you.
Yeah. You want to do it back there, Commissioner? Right here, folks.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. It is 10:32. Mr. Knight, if you would like to reestablish quorum for us, please.
Yes, very well, President Corson, Vice President Chavez, President Pro Tem Grant, Commissioner Kang, and Commissioner Mitchell are present. We are joined by City Attorney Representative Virginia Choi. I'm TJ Knight with the Board of Public Works, and it is now 10:33 a.m.
Thank you. Items number 1 through 9 are assessments from the Bureau of Streetlights. We'll take them all together. Ms. Ruben Flamenco from the Bureau of Streetlights. Are we good with that?
Good morning, Ruben Flamenco, Bureau of Street Lighting. Before I begin, I just want to let the board know that last week I had the surgery in my right eye to remove cataracts, and that's the reason for the shades. Certainly no disrespect. Items 1 through 8 pertain to lighting districts which we are creating in conjunction with private development projects. Item 1 pertains to the Wilshire Boulevard and Mullen Avenue Lighting District. Item 2 pertains to the Cartwright Avenue and Landale Street Lighting District. Item 3 pertains to the Encino Avenue and Ventura Boulevard number 1 Lighting District. Item 4 pertains to the Van Nuys Boulevard and Otsego Street Number 1 Lighting District. Item 5 pertains to the Hutton Drive and Trudy Drive Lighting District. Item 6 pertains to the Topaz Street and Huntington Drive Lighting District. Item 7 pertains to the Mulholland Drive and San Feliciano Drive Lighting District. And item 8 pertains to the Industrial Street and Alameda Street Lighting District. Ballots for items 1 to 8 were mailed on March 19, 2025. Ballots for items 1 to 8 must be received by the City Clerk's office by next Tuesday, May 6th. We are requesting for the board to deny the protest that we just listened to a few minutes ago. We are requesting for the board to adopt and forward items 1 through 8 forthwith to City Council.
Thank you, Commissioners. Do we have any questions or comments on these items? Is there a motion on this item? Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. There is a first from Commissioner Mitchell and a second from President Pro Tem Grant.
Very well, President Corson. We'll go ahead and take a roll call vote on items 1 through 8, starting with you, President Corson.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Kang.
Aye.
And Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes, and items 1 through 8 are recommended. Council confirm proposed assessments that will move forward forthwith.
Thank you. And thank you, Mr. Flamenco. Hope you your eye fully recovers.
Thank you.
We'll go on to item number 10. Or actually, sorry, item number 9. That was items 1 through 8. This is item number 9, which is a consent item. Is there any objection to this item on consent? Seeing none, is there a second to my motion to accept this consent item? Thank you, Mr. Knight. There's a first from myself and a second from Commissioner Mitchell.
Very well. We'll go ahead and take a roll call vote on consent item number 9, starting with you, President Corson.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Kang.
Aye.
And Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes, and item number 9 is received and will move forward forthwith.
All right, now item number 10 from the Bureau of Engineering in Council District 13, change order number 34 for the North Outfall Sewer Rehabilitation Unit 14 Mars Street to Forney Street project. Come on up. Please state your name for the record before you begin.
Sure. Good morning, Board Presidents, Board Commissioners, and Board of Public Works. My name is Stephen Chow from the Bureau of Engineering, Wastewater Conveyance Construction Division. A little bit background about the North Outfall Sewer Rehabilitation. The NOS is one of the city's oldest primary sewers. Those were constructed between 1925 and 1932. The North Outfall Sewer is in total is approximately 58 miles in length and extends from the San Fernando Valley through Elysian Hills, through the downtown Los Angeles, and through the Culver City area, and discharged through the Hyperion Treatment Plant. The LA Sanitation and Environment has identified a total of 45 North Outfall Sewer projects. NOS 14 is one of the projects. So this project, a little bit background about this project. The project alignment is along the Black Avenue from March Street to the intersection of Black Avenue and Forney Street. It is located in Council District 13, Elysian Valley Riverside Neighborhood Council, and serves the East Los Angeles service area. The project was awarded by the board on October 27, 2020 to the contractor JR Pipeline Company in the amount of $17,350,000 with the contingency amount of $867,500 for a total approved budget construction of $18,217,500 to construct the project. That's the transmittal number 1. This project cleaned and rehabilitated approximately 4,675 feet of the 48 inches concrete sewer by using the slip lining projects. In this method, the new pipelines were inserted into the old hose pipe and grouted. There's a space between the hose to the new pipe. So the works also included rehabilitating of the existing maintenance sewer and construction new maintenance sewer on the local sewers to mitigate odors. By doing this rehabilitation of this project, the sewer will last for more than 50 years. It is estimated to last about 75 years. The construction for this project was completed in May of 2024 and completed under the budget. So during construction, the project inspector, Bureau of Contract Administration, records the actual quantity for each bid item. At the end of the project, all quantities are reconciled and any unused amount gets deducted from the contract and credited back to the city. Those items are listed under the table 1 of the board report. The total amount is 1.7 million 1,782,894,095 cents, which exceeds the city engineer authority of 150,000. So therefore, I'm requesting the board's authorization to execute this final closeout change order number 34 and close out construction phase of the projects. So I'm here to answer for any questions.
Thank you, Commissioners. Do we have any questions or comments on this item? Is there a motion on this item? Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. Thank you. TJ, there is a first from Commissioner Mitchell and a second from President Pro Tem Grant.
Very well. We'll go ahead and take a roll call vote on approval of item 10, starting with you, President Corson.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Kang.
Aye.
And Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes, and this item is adopted and will move forward forthwith.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Item number 11 in Council Districts 2, 4, and 7. Construction order bridge repair maintenance group 1 project for Jilk Heavy Construction, Inc.
Good morning, Board President, Commissioners. My name is Andrew Asfour. I'm a senior civil engineer in the Bureau of Engineering Bridge Improvement Division. The purpose of my presentation today is to request the Board's approval for a construction order for the Bridge Repair Maintenance Group 1 project located in Council Districts 2, 4, and 7 with a not to exceed amount for $569,800. The project involves urgent structural repairs at 4 distinct locations: the Riverside Drive over the 134 freeway, the Los Feliz Boulevard Bridge over the I-5 freeway, the Sunswept Drive Side Hill Bridge, and the Grand Avenue Bridge between 2nd Place and 4th Street. Bridge inspections were conducted by both the BOE Structural Engineering Division and the Bridge Improvement Division, which have identified deteriorated infrastructure at these distinct locations, which pose public safety concerns. The scope of work for the project includes concrete and asphalt repairs, railing repairs, soot removal, and expansion joint cover plate repairs. These repairs are critical to maintain the safety and serviceability of these bridges for the long term. The project was competitively bid on the city's emergency pre-qualified on-call geotechnical and structural contractors list. We received 3 bids on February 26, 2025. The lowest bid came from Jilk Heavy Construction at $518,000. City staff reviewed the bid and determined it to be responsive and responsible, and the city recommends the issuance of a construction order inclusive of contingency for $569,800. Funding for this construction order is secured through the CTIEP Bridge Maintenance Program, and the project will be delivered under the existing emergency on-call contract. The construction duration is 90 calendar days, and we expect minimal impact to the community and traffic during construction. This concludes my presentation, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Commissioners, do we have any questions or comments on this item? Is there a motion on this item?
So move.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. We have a first from President Pro Tem Grant and a second from Commissioner Mitchell.
Very well. We will go ahead and take a roll call vote on approval of item 11, starting with you, President Corson.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Kang.
Aye.
And Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes, and item number 11 is adopted and will move forward forthwith.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 12 from Bureau of Sanitation, request for authority, task order solicitation number S-026 for Hazen and Sawyer.
Good morning, President Corson, Vice President Chavez, President Pro Tem Grant, and Commissioner Mitchell, Commissioner Kang. My name is Paul Cobian. I'm an Environmental Affairs Officer with LA Sanitation. With me today is Michelle Meixel. She's a Program Manager and Senior Management Analyst for the city's Food Rescue and Recovery Program. Thank you for the opportunity to present. A little background on this. So on November 29th, 2022, the Los Angeles City Council adopted Ordinance 187711 to implement the city's local organics program in alignment with the California Senate Bill 1383. Key provisions of this ordinance requires commercial edible food generators, food recovery services, and food recovery organizations to recover the maximum amount of edible food possible and to also maintain detailed records. The city, through Alisan, is responsible for conducting inspections and providing outreach to ensure compliance with these regulations. Failure to meet these obligations could expose the city to administrative penalties from CalRecycle up to $10,000 per day. Today, Ali Sanitation is requesting board approval to award TOS S026 to Hazen and Sawyer under contract number C145655. This task order is valued at $8.65 million, including a 15% contingency. And the term will extend from the notice to proceed through June 30th, 2029. Do want to make a quick note that the city, Ali Sanitation, did receive a $1 million local assistance grant from CalRecycle specifically for this work related to inspections. And we do have until April of 2026 to utilize that $1 million funding. Hazen and Sawyer was selected through a competitive process for their strong technical qualifications, extensive inspection and outreach experience, and ability to meet the city's, and actually exceeded the city's business inclusion program goals. Awarding this task order is critical for the city to, one, we want to be able to conduct the required inspections of approximately 1,300 edible food generators and 800 food recovery organizations and services citywide. Two, we want to allow the city to verify food donation tracking and compliance with the regulated businesses and organizations. Three, gives us the ability to lead strategic outreach efforts to educate regulated businesses and the public. And then lastly, it ensures the city's compliance with SB 1383 as well as AB 2346 food procurement goals. The approval of this contract will allow LA Sanitation to issue the notice to proceed and initiate inspections and outreach within 60 days. This will help the city avoid any regulatory penalties, protect critical state grant funding that we received, and strengthen local food recovery efforts that enhance community food security and environmental outcomes. So we thank you for your consideration, and we are happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Commissioners. Do we have any questions or comments on this item? Commissioner Kang?
Good morning. Thank you for your presentation. In terms of outreach and education, can you elaborate in how the outreach and education will take place other than just, posting on social media and taking out ads?
So City Council has instructed us when it comes to SB 1383 enforcement for us to really take a education first approach. And so what we intend to do with these consultant service resources is when we have the actual inspectors going out into the field and engaging with these businesses, we're going to be showing up with information in terms of how to be compliant. So we're going to be walking them through the steps of how to maintain records, how to identify other food organizations where the food can be donated. So it's a lot of significant hand-holding in terms of bringing these businesses into compliance. So when we talk about outreach and education, it's the collateral that we need to step into these businesses with. We also intend to host, workshops probably on a quarterly basis where we're inviting individuals, whether it's in person or virtual. We see this as an opportunity not only for compliance, but also for the need associated with getting edible food back into the communities that are needed.
So that sounds great in theory, but my issue is within sanitation, there's already a program to certify businesses, green certification to ensure they're complying with all of the ordinances from the state and the city. But I know we're having issues with outreaching to especially minority businesses. Will the outreach and education include other languages other than English?
Yes, we would. All of our programs within sanitation, we are abide by the language. I forget what the ordinance is, but we are required to, translate whatever material, English, Spanish, and then depending on what communities, whether that's Armenian, Korean, there's multiple languages that we've identified in the communities. Yes.
And you mentioned hand-holding, which is great, but will Hazen and Sawyer have staff that speak these languages as well?
Part of the evaluation was identifying, I believe some of the strengths that they have. I think definitely Spanish We have internally some staff that may speak some of the other languages, so we see an opportunity to supplement that need if we identify businesses that need that assistance.
So I have full confidence that in terms of project management, site inspection, and things are going to be fine. But I think we're always lacking in that educational component where the general public still has, don't have all the information related to this recycling program and organics and all of the above. And I would love to learn more about how a comprehensive outreach strategy that's going to be employed, because I have some reservations about, because I'm not hearing any of the details in your answers.
So
How it's going to be different from what, we've done in the past,
So I think to emphasize the primary purpose of this TOS is inspections and investigations in compliance with SB 1383. That's the primary reason that we're asking for the award of this TOS. How we're going to achieve that is going to be an education and outreach first strategy, and so we will pair that. But the main focus here is for the city to be compliant with SB 1383, specifically the edible food recovery provisions that are both in SB 1383 as well as our local ordinance.
President Corson, if it's not too much trouble, is it possible for us to reschedule? I would love a separate briefing on this.
Yes, we can do that. There's no urgency in this item, correct?
I think it's just a compliance with CalRecycle.
Okay. Commissioner King, how long would you like to continue this item for?
I mean, at least 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Okay. Mr. Knight, we will be, without objection, continuing item number 12 until May 14th.
Very well.
Do you want a motion to that effect?
I don't think we need a motion for that.
No, we don't need a motion for that, if there's no objection from the commissioners.
And I would appreciate it if you can follow up and schedule a separate briefing on this.
We will, Commissioner King. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Commissioner King, for that. We will move to item number 13, request for authority, task order solicitation number S-020, Cordova Corporation.
Good morning, President, Vice President, Commissioner. My name's My name is Charles Lee, Control Systems Engineer from ICSD Sanitation, and we are here to request authority to award the TOS S-20 to Cordova, and with the budget $18 million, $32,822 with a contract period of 4 years. And we're using the Encore contract for 31 firms. And the purpose of this TOS is to serve full treatment plant and more than 100 remote sites. And Honeywell DC is the platform to allow the operator to monitor, control the process of full treatment plant and more than 100 sites in the collection systems, and serve 4 million people and City of Los Angeles, and also 29 agency and contract city. And this TOS, we notify all 31 firms, and there are 8 firms attend the pre-proposal meeting, and there are 4 proposals submit and 4 negative response from the 4 firms. And the scope of service is provide the Honeywell automation engineer and instrumentation control engineer and instrument tech, and part-time basically, and documentation specialist and CAD service as needed basis, and also project managers. And there are 5 raters review these 4 proposals, and we get unanimous consensus and give the highest score to Cordoba for 5 categories: personnel, qualification, experience, expertise, project qualification, experience, expertise, and knowledge, technical approach, project management, and the cost. And all 5 category, the Cordoba get the highest score unanimously. And basically, because of the highly specialized nature of this work, so there's no subcontract. Has no subcontract opportunities. As far as financial concern, actually this task was approved by the PRD on November 1st, 2024. And then as far as the status of financing, we, the total budget is $18 million, $32,822, and the fiscal year 24-25 amount of $584,713 is available in fund number 760 and sewer operation and maintenance fund, and department number 50 appropriation account number 50A682 public works sanitation experience, expenses and equipment. The remaining fund will be budgeted through every year within the fund 760 sewer operation and maintenance, and also the fund number 511 storm pollution abandoned fund. That's the end of my presentation. Do you have any questions?
Thank you. Commissioners, any questions or Commissioner Mitchell?
I'm very confused. In status of funding for the current fiscal year, $584,713 is available from Fund 760. The next paragraph says funds for appropriation for future fiscal years are not yet identified. Existing appropriations may change based on available cash balances. And that's to be determined by the director and general manager. The next paragraph, it says funding has been identified. So it seems that funding is only identified in less than $600,000 for the current fiscal year and nothing for future fiscal years. This is the term of the contract supposed to be 4 years with a notice to proceed date undetermined. Given the current status of the city's finances, I'm kind of reluctant to proceed if we don't have anything at least identified for the next fiscal year. Have we done anything like that, Mr. Scuduto?
I'm just going to join in because we're a partner on this project.
Can you state your name for the record?
Good morning, Commissioners. Michael Scuduto with Alley Sanitation and Environment. Michael Scuduto with Alley Sanitation and Environment.
You got to move the microphone right.
There you go.
Michael Scuduto with Alley Sanitation and Environment. We are a partner on this project in regards to the stormwater elements of the program. For this, the multiple sources of funding that are being used for this contract, the majority of it is from SCM, the Sewer Construction Maintenance Fund. However, because there is a stormwater component, the 60W, our municipal safe clean water funds, are being used for this project. We have already identified the first year of funding, and it was already programmed in the mayor's proposed budget that the continuation funding request was approved, or looks like it's going to be approved. So from the stormwater components on the SPA side, which is the 511 account, And on the municipal safe clean water program, the 60W, that funding has been secured and is in place.
So is it possible for us to get that information put in a board report with the additional funds identified or fund sources identified for next fiscal year for 25, 26? This-
Good afternoon, Nicholas Tran, Director of
I can't
Systems.
hear you.
Sorry. Good morning. Nicholas Tran, Director of Systems for ICST. We can add additional funding sources so it's more clear on the board report for you.
Okay, so what I'd like to do is put this over for 2 weeks, if possible, so that the subsequent board report can at least identify the funding source for the next fiscal year from whatever funds, and to correct the 2 paragraphs I just read. One says it's identified, the other one says it's not. Under status of financing in the board report,
Sure, we can add
okay?
the specifics
Alright.
to the report.
So Commissioner Mitchell, you're asking for also a 2-week continuance until the board report is updated?
That would be correct, thank you.
Okay. Mr. Knight?
Just without objection from
Yeah.
any of the other commissioners. Seeing
There's no objection.
Very well. So it'll be, this item will be continued to May 14th, 2025.
Yes.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you. And then I would recommend also briefing any commissioners who have any additional questions on this before coming back.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I believe that is the end of our regular meeting agenda, and it is 11 a.m. We can adjourn our regular meeting and proceed to our special agenda meeting. Mr. Knight, if you'd like to take roll call and establish quorum for us, please.
Very well, President Corson, Vice President Chavez, President